Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Carrie's Gardening Channel. So today is April the 29th, 2019, and I'm going to be planting some strawflower seeds today. Now, this is the Swiss Giants mix, and I will show you some other strawflowers that I currently have growing. Now, strawflowers need about 70 to 75 degrees to germinate, and they usually germinate in about 7 to 14 days. Now, your strawflower seeds need light to germinate, so if they happen to get covered or something like that, that can actually delay your germination of them. So this is what strawflower seeds look like here. And I'm just taking the seed. This is a Jiffy Natural and Organic Seed Starting Mix. I will have a link down in the description for the seed starting mix that I use and for the plant tags that I use, because it's very important to label your stuff so you don't get it mixed up. So I'm taking the seed and I'm just pressing it with the back of my nail down into the soil. And I'm doing one seed per cell on these. They seem to have really good germination rates. So normally I do 2 seeds per cell, and I'll just take the extra one out. I also did some in flats this year, and I did some blocked flats. And that worked really well, doing the flats and the blocked flats. The only thing that I noticed is they seem to produce like a taproot. Something different to work with. I worked with plants before that had produced taproots, but if you're new to growing plants or working with plants, then just go ahead and put them in your cells and then transplant them later on. What I'm actually going to do with these here is I'm going to take my spray bottle here, and I'm just going to spray across the top to get the seeds nice and wet there. If one of them happens to come out some, just go ahead and push it back in the soil. So you want to make sure that your seeds get good contact with the soil so that they get good root development. Now, if you're growing these inside, I recommend using a fluorescent LED light. I'll have a link down in the description for the lights that I use. I'm actually growing these out in my greenhouse, and it is heated. So I will show you some of the other strawflowers that I have growing right now. So we'll be back. So these are some other Swiss Giant strawflowers that I have growing here, and that's a different variety back there. This is one of my strawflowers here. This is a much bigger plant. It's in a larger container. This was actually started indoors before I had the greenhouse up, and I started it under the fluorescent LED lights, and after they were to a certain stage, I transplanted them. You can see this one here is getting ready to bloom here. And I love strawflower blooms. They're just really neat looking. They're fun to grow. They're very different. And here's another one here. This is the strawflower here. And this is one of my flats of strawflowers here. Now, I already took out the ones that had came up and I transplanted them. So these here are ready to be taken out and transplanted. And here's some more here. Now these here, I'm waiting for the rest of these here to germinate. The rest of them were taken out and transplanted. And this one here, I have to take these out of this flat here and transplant those. And these here were the ones that were taken out of the flats and the blocks, and they were transplanted. And you can see some of these here are just starting to come up. So these take about 7 to 14 days to come up. Now, these were planted on the 16th. But you can see this one here is starting to get its true leaves here. And this one here is just starting to come up here. So one of the things that I do with these is I take the mister bottle and I just gently mist across the tops of the seed starting mix to make sure that I keep the seed starting mix moist so that the seeds germinate. So that's how I start and grow straw flowers from seed. And you can see this one here is getting ready to start blooming. This is one of the Swiss giants here. You can see how large it is in the container here. And there's a bunch more down under here. And straw flowers grow best in full sun. They can take partial shade. I had those on the floor because when I had first brought them out, it was cooler out, so I had them on the floor for the warmth. So if you like my video, please like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, you can leave them below and I'll try and answer them for you. Please don't forget to hit the little notification button. Notifies I put a new video on. Thank yous for watching and hope you have a nice day. Bye.